All right, guys, we're back. Today I'm gonna be ranking the top 10 bites or things I ate in Querétaro. I'll also live react because I did last time. So without further ado, let's kick off with the 10th best bite I had in Querétaro. All right, I probably eat like 100 things in a given city if you think we're there for like a month and we eat 3 meals a day and when you eat out, etc. So starting off by cheating a little bit by selecting seafood tostadas as a whole instead of a single tostada, but they were all 3 really good. I actually ordered 4, but 1 didn't make the cut. This first one was super good, like a breaded deep fried shrimp tostada. It was so good we actually ordered it like a week or 2 ago here in Playa. And there's me with, you know, that chipotle or spicy mayo all over my face, but it was so tasty. It was one Yunji ordered and she was nice enough to share. This was the atún seado, so like tuna sashimi. I think it was just all raw with some like serranos and pickled red onion. This was one I ordered. I strongly preferred this to the other one that I ate that I omitted from the video. And yeah, this one was just, you know, raw tuna, super yummy with some crispiness. And then this last one was the other one Yunji ordered. It tasted kind of Asian. This salmon was kind of seared on the outside and raw in the middle. Okay, so this is one you've maybe seen, it's in 2 other videos, but just look at that tub of oil and pork. These tacos are awesome because, as you just saw, 2 tortillas and just a ton of meat, and then these are all the accoutrements you can put on there. I think like 3 or 4 salsas, onions, peppers, lime, like everything you'd want. I think there's like some whole jalapenos here. I'm dressing it up with both the red and the green sauce, but there's just so much flavor in just the meat, and then all the different things you can add, and you're just getting so much meat. These things cost just under $1, and I don't know if there's any better bang for your buck than these tacos. You just get so much meat on them. It's a little gamey, and I think that's why Yunji didn't love it, but if you just eat one and with all the like the lime, the pico de gallo, all the hot sauce, like cutting it, these are absolutely delicious. Highly recommend. All right, so these were from Chucho El Ruto, a very famous restaurant in like the center of Querétaro. And everyone, or a lot of the Google reviews mention these tuétano or bone marrow tacos. They're actually more like volcanes in that they're on a tostada with melted cheese. I really didn't enjoy my meal here and we didn't go back, but these were the highlight of the meal. Like, they were just little flavor bombs. I wish they were bigger, but with the herbs and just like the fat from the bone marrow and the melted cheese, these were absolutely delicious. If you're gonna go there, highly, you have to order these. These are bomb. All right, cheating for the last time here. This was our first meal in Querétaro, didn't know what to order, and ironically they had something called like the sampler for the undecided. So this did come with 3 things. I'm only gonna talk about 2. I didn't think the torta right here was up to snuff, but wow, this octopus tostada, I totally just thought it was gonna be a raw octopus tostada. It ended up being cooked octopus with pork belly, avocado, all this different stuff going on. Incredible texture and really good flavor with like the octopus contrasting against the pork. And then this birria taco, I never expect these to be good unless you go to a birria place, but not only was this taco awesome, I love that they served it with like a little mini consomme here that you're seeing me like kind of douse the meat in. Loved the blue corn tortilla. And this is probably one of the best birria tacos I've ever had. And that's including many places I've gone that all they do is birria. So the fact that this place came away with a good one in addition to all the other stuff, incredible. All right, this is the rib burrito from Norteño Style. You might have seen it if you saw like my best beer in Mexico video. This place, we were starving and this place delivered. I was a little suspect on ordering like a burrito in Mexico, but it was big, it was delicious. There was a fat rib on top of it, and I think I saw that on Google Maps, and that's why I ordered this one. But everything in this, the flour tortilla, the melted cheese, the beans, the ancho chili on top, the salsas, the grilled cebollitas, the agua fresca we got, it came with guac. Like, this place is awesome. And then the chef and owner came out and actually said, I forget if he asked us or what, but he's like, yeah, like I was gonna open up in LA, there's this other place. And I was like, Sonora Town? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, that's one of my favorite spots in LA. So the fact that he knew and he was gonna compete with them, this place, highly recommend. If you're enjoying this video right now, please consider subscribing to help me get to 1,000. So I wanted to shout out the kebab chetta pita here, but I also wanted to give props to the breaded shrimp or, deep fried camarón. Their pitas at Balkan Bistro are incredible. This hot sauce here, it's got like peanuts and I forget the chili. And then this sauce is kind of weird. It's kind of ketchup-y, but not. And I love their fries. This is somewhere we came multiple times. You might have seen it in the Querétaro on 24 hours. I'll link that video up top in case you haven't. But look how like rare this meat was. And it was not raw, it was just cooked perfectly. Loved like the veg and salad in this thing. And it was just so, so good. All right, this was another favorite and place we went multiple times. This is also in the recent Querétaro brunch tour, so I'll link that video up top. A few other things coming up are gonna be too. But the reason why I enjoyed this so much is, number one, I love chilaquiles, but when you start eating them a bunch, it becomes so repetitive when it's just like, do you want green or red sauce? Do you want eggs or chicken? So this place is known for like smoked meats, and their chilaquiles menu, they had like 6 or 7 different meats to choose from. Then you can choose between 2 different salsas. And then what we'll get into later in this clip is they offer like 4 or 5 more salsas. Also what I just showed was they've got their typical, chilaquiles chips, but they also had like barbecue kettle chips. And here's starting to look at some of those different additional salsas they have available. The textures, the smokiness of everything, and the quality and flavor of the meat. I wanna go back here so bad. All right, you might think it's weird that a pastry is so high up on this list, but this pastry kind of made me rethink everything. And after having this raisin roll or rollo de pasas, I started ordering them everywhere. And this is probably actually my favorite pastry period, or type of pastry in the world. Love croissants and everything. Love kunamans, love cruffins, like love everything. But like there's something about a raisin roll that you have like that glaze or like that texture of like crispiness, and then it's so flaky and airy and doughy in the middle. And this one had these awesome massive sugar crystals. I just love these because they're like almost savory, but they're a little sweet, but they're not too sweet. And I just love eating these. They don't make me feel like sick from eating too much. So this was a really important one and special one, and kind of changed pastries for me. And then eating it on this like canal type thing was a really cool vibe. This next one is probably no surprise or very little surprise to anyone who's seen a few of my Querétaro videos, but this gordita was incredible. Prior to having gorditas here, the gorditas I had in Mexico City were like very fine, they're okay. But these ones in this market in Querétaro were just so like light. Even though, yes, they're deep fried, I know it makes no sense, but like something about the freshness and lightness and the crispiness, and then all that lettuce in the front, and then you get this awesome cheese and meat in the back. And then the salsa, in not a bad way, it was like paste picante, like so mild, so tomatoey. When I go back to Querétaro, this will be like the first thing I get. All right, even though the gordita would be the first thing I'd get, my favorite thing, and it was close, but I definitely had to choose this, was the French toast at Pia. It actually changed the name in between the times we went, but originally it was called El Franco Mexicano, so it was like their take on French toast. The bread itself is incredible. Look at all that fruit, like star fruit, mango, strawberries, like all the fruit on this thing. And then the coffee ice cream was incredible. I'm not a huge ice cream or coffee person, but this coffee ice cream on top was delicious. And then instead of syrup, they had either this like honey or agave syrup, and just everything together. This was incredible. The consistency was great in that we went at the beginning and end of our trip, and it was fantastic both times. Maybe the fruit was a little different or whatever because of seasonality, but when I think about Querétaro, when I think about my best bites there, it had to be this one. If you go to Querétaro, go to Pia, make sure at least one person in your group orders this French toast. You will be happy. It is a little sweet, it is a little decadent, but it's incredible. It's #1. If you've made it this far, thanks so much for watching and hanging out. If you liked this video, please consider liking and hitting the small button that says subscribe. See you in the next few days with new videos. Have a great time till then.